Picture this. In a world where fruits aren't just sitting pretty in your kitchen bowl, they're engaged in an epic battle for survival. I know it sounds bananas, but hear me out. It all started one peaceful morning in the fruit bowl. The apples and oranges had lived in harmony for generations, sharing space with the occasional grape cluster and temperamental pear. But everything changed. Food supplies began running low. You see, fruits have their own hierarchy, their own society. The bigger fruits, like watermelons and pineapples, they started claiming more territory in the produce section. They weren't just content with their own space anymore. They wanted it all. The berries, small but fierce, formed alliances. Strawberries, blueberries, raspberries. They knew they stood a better chance together. They launched guerrilla attacks from the lower shelves, catching the bigger fruits off guard. The Citrus Coalition, led by grapefruits and supported by lemons and limes, they were the real game changers. Their acidic warfare tactics were devastating. One splash of citrus juice could blind an enemy fruit for days. But the real tragedy? The bananas, always neutral, always peaceful, they tried to mediate. We're all fruits, they cried out. Why can't we coexist? But their pleas fell on deaf stems. The war escalated. Coconuts became projectiles. Mangoes formed suicide squads. And don't even get me started on what the durians did. The produce section became a wasteland of pulp and juice. In the end, you know what stopped this madness? A simple realization. A young apple, bruised and battered, rolled up to a wounded orange and asked, "What are we even fighting for?" The orange